Alright guys, welcome back to yet another Dokkan battle video. So Dokkan being a bit dry just now again. I've been doing some unusual runs on the Legendary Goku event. This run is a Namekians run. What I've done is I've skipped the first few stages. I've just showed you the attack, basically where we finish the version of Goku. I've also sped up the video so that it's not a big long video that people don't want to sit and watch. So you'll see early on at the start here, what I did was I just cut to basically the finishing blow for each of the rounds, and I do that up until STRUI Goku. So you can see early on, obviously, as you would expect, Piccolo is the big daddy on this one, and he's doing quite a lot of damage. The one thing I did notice about this is it's quite hard for these guys to take damage. Obviously the third slot is quite suspect. I've got two Lord Slugs in there, one being a free to play, and also Demon King Piccolo, who, in complete and utter honesty, he's not even got investment in him for the hidden potential system. He is something like 23% in the hidden potential system because I just didn't have the orbs to spare on him. So basically the start of that video there was a quick speed through of how we got to this point in the video, and from here on out I'm just going to let it play. The reason I've done this is because it would have took 35 minutes. It was a 35-minute run, and in all honesty, I did not expect anyone to sit and watch a Namekian run that lasts 35 minutes versus the Legendary Goku event. So I decided to cut it and speed it up, and I thought the way I've done it is probably the best way to do it. Now, this team is all linked level 10. I worked on them and I got them finished about a week ago, and I'll be honest, I didn't want to try the run because I thought to myself, do you know what, without World Tournament Demon King Piccolo, I don't think I can do this. Also, I knew Slug was due an easy A. I thought maybe if I wait till Slug gets his easy A, it'll make life a hell of a lot easier for me. But I was wrong. It was something that I could do without having the easy A done and without having Demon King Piccolo. Even though STRUI Goku is an absolute prick and just decides to dodge all my key characters, like Nail. Nail gets dodged quite a lot here. You'll see yourself that even when I do take damage, I don't actually, oh well, Nail attacks, I say Nail gets dodged and then Nail does an attack. I don't actually get that many heals that are needed. I do, I think I actually do. I can't remember. I just know that when I do take damage it's not that high, especially if it's in the first couple of slots. My third slot attacker did get quite a lot of damage done to them, but the thing about the Namekians is because they've all got that healing link, whenever you start the next round up, you're pretty much back to full health, at least half health anyway, no matter how much damage you take the round before. And you can see that guy there obviously takes quite a bit of damage, but then come the next round we get quite a decent amount back, and then by the time I collect orbs and stuff, I generally would have jumped back up. But I did use an item there because obviously with Demon King Piccolo at the back, I knew that I wouldn't make it through this round if I didn't heal. So anyway, firing on with this. You can see here that the keys to this are my first two slot attackers. These Namekians do really well. It'll be interesting to see what they turn out like when they get an awakening. Remember, both those guys and the Slug, free to play Slug, haven't had awakenings yet, so when they do get those, they'll obviously be a hell of a lot better than they are just now. That guy's there just to make up the numbers. I mean, literally there's no other reason that Demon King Piccolo is on that team other than he had to make up the numbers. The most impressive thing about this, now there's no damage reduction item active right now, I don't think so anyway, I can't remember, but I don't think there is. And you'll see yourself that Piccolo and Nail just don't really take much damage at all. They don't dish that much damage out at this stage either, but there's that first dodge I was talking about. Look, watch, this is Nail taking a super attack and it's 21 damage, you know. I mean, when he's on rotation with Piccolo, he's really not taking anything at all. Lord Slug at the back obviously was taking 100k on a normal, which was slightly worrying. And I think I did abuse items a little bit at this point because I was starting to get a bit worried. You know, I'd spent like 20 odd minutes getting here and I'm like, I don't want to die. But I was really impressed by these guys. The Namekians, they tank really well for unawakened SSRs. They link well with the rest of the Namekian team. They've obviously got that healing link as well, so I think they'll be a really good character. I mean, we're probably still a good, 6 months or something away from them getting awakenings, but hopefully the next time we get a Universal Survival Saga event, they might be getting an awakening, you know, it'd be good. I hope they do anyway, because the Namekian team needs more power. I could just imagine them throwing up like a Super Battle Road for Namekians or something like that. That would be interesting to say the least. The other reason I didn't want to die is because there was literally one Piccolo on my friends list, and I didn't want to go through the rigmarole of going in, going out, going in, going out, going in, going out until I could find another Piccolo. So you can see there that Demon King Piccolo really is doing nothing for me. The Lord Slugs don't do much for me either. One of them does transform, the King, the giant form one. He transforms, and I think he transforms on the next round, which was obviously quite good because at that point he's type advantage, so I wasn't complaining. Now, by no means would I say Namekians are a bad team. I think they're actually a good team, especially with the fact that Piccolo himself is an absolutely awesome character, and Nail is just phenomenal as well. The only problem is, utility-wise, they lack a lot. You know, I mean, like whoever you're putting in the third slot, like you can see here, they're going to take a lot of damage because really, Piccolo, Nail, and the Universe 6 Namekians are the best characters for this team, on global anyway. Obviously, when Demon King Piccolo comes about, that boosts it quite a bit. But it still needs a few more characters to fill it out, so I mean there's options there, there's not many options there, but I mean you could have Nail as a support character, not Nail, Dendy as a support character. He would lend himself perfectly to being a support character, obviously because of the type of character he is in the show, but I think doing something like making a banner unit that was a Dendy support unit would be really good for the Namekians team. That would boost them quite a lot. Other than that, changing Piccolo's names would help, because obviously we do have a lot of Piccolos, but they're all just called Piccolo, which is a problem. But I don't really think, apart from Cooler, where they changed them from Kura to Cooler, I don't really think they've got a habit of changing character names, so I doubt that will happen. But maybe if they bring out a new Piccolo, they can call them something different. I don't really know, like a Piccolo and Goku exchange, a Piccolo and Gohan exchange card or something like that. But I don't know if they would put that on the Namekians, that's the only thing. And if you exchange, I'm going to assume that the links would be absolutely terrible when you exchanged into Gohan. I think that's the second Dokkan. Yeah, it was the second Dokkan. I left the Dokkan attack in at the start of the video so that you could kind of gauge roughly when I got the Dokkan attack and stuff like that, and how long it took. I'm glad I sped this up. When I cut the video together, it was still going to be about 17 minutes, and I thought, you know what, I'll just do it at 1.5 speed. That way it's not going to take quite as long, because, like I said, that the lack of power does hurt the speed of this team. I mean, you've really just got two damage dealers on the team, and it's Piccolo and Nail. And on this stage, Nail isn't doing that much, but obviously Piccolo being type advantage, he can do a decent amount of damage. Normally I hate them. I normally hate transformations into giant forms, but the good thing is they make you invincible, so you don't need to worry about using any items, and even if you only take 1 bar of damage off, it's like 1 free bar of damage that you've taken off, if that makes sense. But I must admit, when I was playing it, I was like going to just hurry up and depower. I wouldn't be saying that if it was Baby. I like Baby's transformation, he does a lot of damage. And I find it quite easy still to get Ki when you transform as Baby. The only other one I don't mind is Cumber. Cumber's giant form transformation is quite good as well. Oh yeah, and Cooler. Totally forgot about Metal Cooler. He's so good because he always gets additionals. Right, so admittedly at this point, from looking at my box, from knowing how many items I had left, knowing I had no damage reduction items, I did have a little bit of a worry that this was going to be one of these runs where I'd get to the end and then it would be a massive failure. But obviously, you wouldn't be watching this right now if it was a failure, because I don't upload failures. I've actually asked before if people would want me to do a compilation of my failed runs. I don't really know why you would want to see them, but if you do, if you want to hear me crying like a big bitch, I'm more than happy to put them up. But like I say, I tend to swear a lot and stuff when I fail, so I don't really know if they're suitable for the channel. The only loss, in fact I've got 2 losses. Yeah, I've got 2 losses in the channel and both of them are races. I win on the other parts of the races, which is annoying. So I win on the other person's channel and I lose on my channel. I'd rather it was the other way about, but that's fine. I mean, I suppose it works out better for the Nolar one, because all Nolars viewers see him getting beat. But then all of you guys see Nolar beating me, so it works itself out. Speaking of collabs and races, who would you like to see me racing next? Now, obviously getting them to agree to a race is a different story altogether, but if you guys tell me somebody that you think I would bounce off of, or who you would like to see me racing, then I'll go after them. I'll harass them on social media, and who knows, maybe they'll agree to race me and I can get it onto the channel. I do have someone I'd like to race, but I've not had any luck so far. I'm going to keep trying them. But it's mainly just because he's English and I'm Scottish, and there's a whole Scotland and England rivalry. I think it would be quite funny. And it's Mass Ninja. I've not been able to get him to agree yet, but we'll see. Maybe it will happen and we can see who's better, Scotland or England. I mean, I already know the answer to that one, but I mean, we'll see what happens if I ever manage to get a race out of him. Right, so we're coming to the end now. I think... No, I don't think this is the last run, the last round, but we're definitely getting there. I think there might only be 2 left, maybe 3. Most teams, if you got this far, unless you were using a free-to-play team with infinite stackers who have just built up crazy defence numbers where you're just not taking any damage, most teams would probably be struggling if you'd went 35 turns on the Legendary Goku event. I mean, I can still remember when I started the game out, these ones would take me like, I think the first time I ever done it, it took me like an hour and 20 minutes, and I thought to myself, Jesus God, that was just absolutely brutal, I don't want to do that again. And now, I've got videos that I can fly through it, and I'm not going to say how many turns because I've got a video coming up tomorrow. But yeah, this is obviously the final nail in the coffin for Goku here. Anyway guys, if you stuck with this video all the way to the end, I really appreciate it because it helps the channel out a lot when people actually watch the videos. Please slap a like on this video. Again, it helps the channel out. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Make sure you come back tomorrow because I've got something interesting coming up, and I will catch you on the next Dokkan Battle video. Stay safe guys.